What's up YouTube? It's me Monkey Shan back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about fishing, yes, catching fish in Destiny 2. With the release of Season 21, Season of the Deep this past Tuesday, we've got a lot added to the game. We got things like taken weapons, scuba gear, a new seasonal story, seasonal activities, but we also got fishing. To unlock fishing, you have to complete the first week of the seasonal quest line with the last mission named Operation Thunderbolt. Once you've done that mission, you'll unlock a quest called Gone Fishing, which you begin by talking to Hawthorne in the tower. This quest will guide you through the basics, but I wanted to give a little more info. So, where can you fish? You can currently fish in the Throne World, EDZ, and Nessus. That's 3 different planets. Now, what I want to point out is when deciding where to fish, there are areas where fish activities increased. Currently, I'm recording this during the first week of Season of the Deep. Since Tuesday, it has said increased activity detected in the outskirts, which is located in the EDZ. This is something to pay attention to because you are most likely to find more and better fish where increased activity is at. You can check where the increased activity is by opening your inventory and hovering over your fishing tackle. And this is important because, for example, let's say in another week it's at Nessus, there's more fish activity. You want to go where there's the most fish activity because, like I said, you get a chance at better loot. You don't want to go to Nessus and then you find out EDZ has better loot. And generally, more people go wherever more fish activity is at. So if you want to get better fish and do it faster and fill up your focused fishing faster where other players are at, you're most likely going to want to do that where the increased activity is. And I'll get into focused fishing and stuff more towards the end of the video, but that's just going to do it on deciding where to fish. The act of fishing doesn't require a whole lot, to be honest. You have to get the bait in order to fish, so I recommend getting some bait first. Ways to obtain bait are from collecting destination materials. These will give you one bait for each material picked up. Completing seasonal activities gives 18 to 19 pieces of bait. Completing playlist activities gives 7 to 10 pieces of bait. Public events give 6 to 8 pieces of bait. Patrols give 2 pieces of bait. And lastly, lost sectors give 3 to 4 pieces of bait. I personally recommend just farming lost sectors like you're seeing right now. There are 3 located in Trostland on the EDZ that you can do very quickly off spawn. But Widow's Walk, which is one of them, is my go-to lost sector because it can be completed very quickly. But now that you have some bait, I do want to note that you're capped at holding 500 bait, so keep that in mind. That way you don't go around beating yourself up trying to farm lost sectors or whatever you're doing, and you realize that you could have saved an hour of your time because you decided to get 500 and you went over. So always keep in mind how much bait you're picking up. So yeah, now let's get to the fishing part. Once you travel to the planet you want to fish at, look for a small circular boardwalk type fishing area. If you can't find it, there may be a blue beam of light to help you find it. Here's a clip of how to find a fishing spot in the EDZ. Now that you find your fishing spot, you can press your interact button / key and start fishing. The mechanics for this isn't the hardest, so I won't spend too much time on it. But once you press your interact button, you will have to wait until a fish tugs on your fishing line, which then you will have to press your interact key as fast as possible. I say this because there are 3 outcomes you can get when fishing. The first one being the perfect catch. This one requires you to press your interact key as soon as a fish bites on your reel so you can reel it in. If you successfully complete a perfect catch, you will see dialogue on the left side of your screen which will tell you that you had a perfect catch. You want a perfect catch because these give you the best chances at exotic and legendary fish and just better fish in general. Ideally, this is what you constantly want to go for, but the next type of catch is a nice catch, and this happens when you don't perform a perfect catch during the first few seconds of a fish biting on your line. It usually results in an uncommon or rare fish, but on occasion you may get a legendary. The last type of catch is no catch, and guess what? That means you don't catch anything. So this happens when you don't press your interact key at all after throwing your bait into the water. You get nothing in return, and it consumes your bait. One thing I want to talk about is a bar / meter you will see on the left side of your screen. This is the focused fishing meter. This seems to be linked to the specific instance of the specific pond where you're fishing. This means you can't save progress from one fishing pond to another. The meter goes up when legendary and exotic fish are caught by anyone at the pond. This means that it's best to fish where many other players are fishing, as you all contribute to the same focused fishing meter. The more bars filled, the more and better fish you'll catch. You can see an increase in fish jumping out of the pool with each bar filled. According to a Reddit thread created by user Domina Chiara in the Destiny the Game Reddit, the bar increases by 1/4 of a bar whenever a legendary is caught, half a bar if the legendary is caught with a perfect catch, half a bar for each exotic caught, and 1 full bar if the exotic is caught with a perfect catch. Once the meter is full, that is when you have the best chance of receiving the best fish. Here I also want to note that there's only one thing that can interrupt you while fishing, and that's going to be public events that occur in that area. When this happens, the fishing area despawns and you have to complete the public event to have it spawn back in. Once you complete the public event, the fishing area may move to another place in the same area, but your focus fishing bar will completely reset back to 0 until the next public event. So ideally, you want to start fishing as soon as the public event ends, so you have the most amount of time to fill up the focused fishing bar again. Each destination has their own fish tied to them exclusively. So if you look at your triumphs for Season of the Deep in the fishing section, you can see all the fish in the game and what destination they're tied to. So if you need to look for a specific one, feel free to look for the name and then see if it's tied to Nessus, EDZ, or Savathun's Throne World, and then you can get to finding it in wherever it says. So keep that in mind. Now that we've gone fishing and have caught fish, what do we do with them? Well, we bring them back to the helm to fill our aquarium, of course. So before depositing your fish in the helm, I recommend getting some of the NPA Weir Walker armor from this season. I recommend getting this because of the bonus armor. You can see it says Sonar Amplifier, and it grants 3% additional sonar station vendor reputation from all sources. For each piece of armor you're wearing with this perk on it, this bonus increases to a maximum of 12%, meaning you can only wear 4 items. This is important to note because if you want to be really efficient and get as much reputation out of this as you can, you put on 4 pieces of that armor. Again, it doesn't matter if they're god roll armor or anything. They can be like a total stat roll of 48 or something. All you need to do is put it on when you're in the helm right before you deposit the last couple of fish, and you'll be good to go with getting bonus reputation. So let's talk about the rewards for depositing exotic fish. And for depositing exotic fish, it seems to be random exotic pieces of armor. So it seems exotic for exotic. When it comes to depositing legendary fish, it can range from Season of the Deep engrams. You can get seasonal red border weapons or just regular seasonal weapons. But think of it also as legendaries can get legendary rewards. So keep that in mind. You can also get Glimmer, Legendary Shards, Enhancement Cores, Ascendant Shards, Season of the Deep Reputation Points, and Seasonal XP mixed in with your rewards. So now with all that information, you can now go and fish until your heart's content. And before the video ends, I want to give a quick shout out to Reddit user Domina Kira again for compiling a whole fishing guide and updating it on the Destiny the Game Reddit. A link to the guide will be posted in the description of the video. So if you want to take a look at the guide and save it, it's really well put together and has a lot of great information. But that's going to do it for the video. So make sure to leave a like if you found it helpful. Comment if you have any questions. Subscribe so you never miss another YouTube video. And while we're talking about not missing another YouTube video, how about ringing the bell so you don't miss another YouTube video again? So thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.